separate red. There we go. Only the red stays intact. Let's do one more. Blue. I'm gonna step on blue. And we survive. So yeah, welcome back guys to a new Roblox Studio tutorial. Today we're going to be doing a color block game tutorial. So basically what it is, it's a round based game, and in each round there's going to be like a color showing up on a sign, and you have to step on a block with that corresponding color, otherwise you fall and die, and that repeats until there's a winner, right? So it's a pretty simple game. It was suggested by someone in our server, so we're going to do it. So what I have here is a bunch of blocks that I equally spaced out. I just did this off camera because it's kind of waste of time to show on the video. But basically, it's a grid. You can make it as big as you want. So what you want to do here is once you have all the colors, you want to group them. And let's call this color part or colors part. Color parts. Let's call this color parts. All right. So I also need to make a sign too. So what we'll do here, oh, and by the way, make all these parts anchored. So check this box for all of these parts. And then same thing with the sign too. Make this anchored. We're just gonna build a quick sign or like a billboard. This is where the chosen color will appear every few seconds. Like this. This looks good enough. I'm just gonna group this. Let's make this color. This looks like a good sign. You might want to make this bigger. Alright, this looks good. So now let's anchor all of this. It's all anchored. And let's group this. Let's call this sign. And this part right here is what we want to change. So let's call this chosen color. And this is pretty much it for the build. Now let's start on the script. We can make one script in the server script service, or we can put it on workspace, but I'm going to put it in the server script service because why not? So let's make a variable for these two stuff, the color parts. So local color parts equals game.workspace.color parts, and then let's make one for the sign. So sign equals workspace.sign. All right. Now, second thing we need is to make a list of colors that you want on this grid, right? And what I'm going to be using is a brick color. So for an example, I'm going to click on this, and then right here, brick color. You can choose from any of these. So we're going to get a list of these, and you want to make sure these are the same name as these brick colors over here actually should appear. So if you like hover on one of them, it should appear. So like this one is pastel blue, stuff like that. We're gonna make a simple list. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a table. So colors like this, and then we're gonna put the names. Now this is also case sensitive, so keep that in mind. So for example, we can do dark blue. Let's do one that's not confusing with other colors. So let's do bright blue. So we're going to type bright blue for this. Make sure it's the same capitalization as well. Okay. Let's choose some other colors. Really red. Let's do bright green. New yellow. Let's do a brown color. Reddish brown. Let's do black. Let's do hot pink too. And make sure these are spelled correctly with the correct capitalization. So, alright, this here we good. This is a good list, I think. So now what we need to do next is want to fill these colors. Now, first you can do them manually, or you would automate them for each round. So for each round is going to be a randomized set of colors on the grid, and this is what I'm going to be doing. The reason is it's easier. It prevents people from cheating. Because if it's the same exact set of colors in the same places, it's gonna get boring quick. So I'm gonna automate this and make it randomized for every round, right? So what I'm gonna do, we're just gonna make a function. So function colors in it for colors initialized. All right. And then what we're gonna do is gonna make a table, same table as this, but we're gonna loop through all of them and choose one random color from this table, and then we're gonna remove them from the table, and then we're gonna repeat that same process until the table's empty. But since obviously there's probably a lot of blocks here, more than it would fit in one set, right? You'd kind of repeat the same process until there's an equal amount of each color in all of the grid, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna explain this thoroughly, but basically let's make a table called used colors. Now the entire reason is this, because we can just choose any random color and then put them, but there might be a small chance that there's one color that is not appeared at all, and there's also definitely a high chance that there will be more colors than others, which wouldn't be necessarily fun, I guess. But yeah. So what we're gonna do is make a table, initialize a table. Then we're gonna fill this table with all these colors. So local, or not local, sorry, for I. C for color in pairs, colors. I'm gonna do table. Gonna insert, use colors. C. So we're gonna insert each of these colors inside this table. Now, when we have this color, have all the colors in this table. Now let's loop through all the parts in this color parts grid right here. So for I part in pairs. Game.workspace. The color parts. Actually, we don't need that. We already made a variable for that, so we're gonna call this color parts. We already cleared this here. Then we get children. We do. So we'll loop through all the parts, and then we're gonna choose. So this is a part. Then for each part, we're gonna choose a random color, and we're gonna choose it from this table that we just initialized. So first, we need to make sure that this is length of this array is not 0. So if number of used colors is greater than 0, then we're going to choose a random color from this array. So local random color equals, I'm going to choose a random color, so use colors, and then the index would be a random index. So for example, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we'll do a random index, so math, random, choose a random number from 1 to the length of the array, which we use colors. All right. And then after that, actually, we just need to remove it from the table because we chose it, and we don't want to choose it again the next time until there's an equal amount for all the other colors as well. So we don't want to like make too many parts with the same color as this. So table removed, use colors, and then we'll remove the index of that course that corresponds to this color. So to do that, we'll do table defined, use colors, and random color. So what this does, it returns an index corresponding to the random color, so we'll remove it from this table. Kind of confusing, but it's all in all simple. Now we set the brick color of the part. Brick color. Brick color new. All right. Now let's just print this, just so we make sure. Actually, we don't really need to print this, but if you want, you can, just to see how it works. All right, so that's good. So now it's gonna eventually empty this array. So once it does empty, we're gonna reinitialize it. So there's gonna be a new set of parts, of brick colors that we can choose from again. We'll do else. If it's not, if it is 0, then we're gonna reinitialize this. It's basically the same thing as this. Right. All right. Actually, this is better. All right. So now we initialize the colors. Right. So basically, what this does is chooses a random color from this use colors, but we're gonna initialize this. And then for each color, we're gonna remove from the table, so we don't choose again. And then once it completely empties out, we're gonna basically and reinitialize it. We're gonna refill this array with the colors, and then it basically repeats this process until all of the colors, all of the parts will be filled in this grid. Kind of confusing, but this is just so there's an equal amount of colors in. After we do this, we're gonna also need to choose the color for the part that we're currently iterating in. So we're gonna pretty much copy this and this after here. Okay, let's check this out. Color init. We're gonna call this function. Let's see how this works. Okay. So it chooses color for every single part in this grid. Pretty cool. Now let's actually make this function. So we're gonna do a while loop for the sign. So let's do while wait. Let's do while wait 4 seconds. Do. And then we'll do sign chosen color equals random color. We're gonna choose a random color. So actually before this, let's do local random color equal color colors, and I choose a random index. Same thing. Math.random. We want to the number of colors. We want to assign chosen color dot brick color. We'll brick color that new. And color. Pretty cool. All right. Then what we'll do is wait like 3 seconds, so the players will have time to move to the corresponding color block. And then what we'll do after is loops through all the parts, and then the ones that don't match the sign color, basically we'll make them transparent and non-collidable. For I'll do color parcel in pairs. Color parts. Do fp dot brick color is not equal to random color. Then we'll do p dot and collide false. P dot transparency equals 1. And then after a few seconds, let's do like wait 2. Let's do wait 3. All right, and then we'll reverse this after for the new round. So we'll do can collide equals true, like that. Or we can make an if statement if you want. I don't doesn't really need to, but we'll do the if p that transparency does not equal 0 equal 1. Like that. All right, and then we'll wait for it anyways. And then we can reset the sign color. Let's do medium stone gray, or any color, any default color you want. Let's make this actually Let's also put this in the beginning to initialize. Alright, so this is probably a working game now. So let's see. So it's gonna make it appear. So let's go on yellow. Oh, I deleted that one too. Okay, hold up. My bad. You're supposed to put an if statement here. That's weird. Oops. I'm supposed to do brick color. That new. If I'm not wrong. Oh no, hold a second. Oh yeah, okay. It's supposed to be brick color dot new. Or what we can do here. It doesn't really matter. This should still work either way. Okay, so let's wait a few seconds. Rate red. There we go. Only the red stays intact. Okay, resets. Pink. Now we step on pink. Okay, let's do one more. Blue. I'm gonna step on blue. And we survive. So yeah, it's pretty simple game, honestly. You can change the wait times if you want. Obviously we want the players to die, so we'll remove this base plate here. Actually, let's make the spawn like here. Remove the decal like this and make it transparent. So they spawn on here, and then the base plate can delete this. Well, actually, I should make this also non-collidable. Or let's make this up here. But yeah, pretty self-explanatory. So let's go on brown. I'll hold this section of brown. And go on green. There we go. Pretty simple. Probably make this grid bigger as well. Blue. Let's go on blue. Pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, so this is pretty much it for this tutorial. I could also make this in a round-based system. I'm going to do that in a second tutorial for part 2. So stay tuned for that. This is just going over the basics of this game. So that's pretty much it. And yeah, although I do have a round system tutorial, I'll still make a new video just to explain how you combine them with this and how to do it effectively. But yeah, that's it for this tutorial. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. And if you don't have any suggestions, leave it down below. And if you want to join our Discord server. And that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.